Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good afternoon everyone. Today we are going to do a presentation about statistics. Our group consists of Alifa Zahra Salsabila, Amelia Indri Permatasari, Erni Sofia Maulidah, and myself Siti Nuraisah. We are making this presentation to fulfill the assignment for this English class. In this presentation, we will talk about statistics and any kind of statistics. So first, we will begin with what is statistics. Statistics comes from the Latin word status, which means country, and is used to describe state affairs. Statistics, also known as statistical analysis or statistical inference. It is a field of study concerned with summarizing data, interpreting data, and making decisions based on data. The quantity calculated in a sample to estimate a value in population is called a statistic. I'd now like to change direction and talk about data, population, and sample, which are still related to what we talked before.
The first, I wanna explain you about data. Data might come from a population or from a sample. Letters like X or Y generally are used to represent data values. Most data can be put into the following categories: A. Qualitative, B. Quantitative. Qualitative data are the result of categorizing or describing attributes of a population. Qualitative data are generally described by words or letters. For instance, hair color might be black, dark brown, light brown, blonde, gray, or red. Blood type might be AB+, O-, or B+. Researchers often prefer to use quantitative data over qualitative data because it lends itself more easily to mathematical analysis. For example, it does not make sense to find an average hair color or blood type. Quantitative data are always number, amount of money, pulse rate, weight, number of people in your town, and number of students who take statistics are examples of quantitative data. Quantitative data might be either discrete or continuous. Data that are not only made up for counting numbers, but they may include fraction, decimal, or irrational numbers are called quantitative continuous data.
Population. In statistics, the term population refers to a particular set of items, objects, phenomena, or people being analyzed. These items, also called elements, can be actual subjects such as people or animals, but they can also be numbers or definable quantities expressed in physical units. The following is an example of population. Number 1. Assign radio frequencies in megahertz. Number 2. Temperature readings in degrees Celsius. Number 3. Minimum barometric pressure level in millibars. Number 4. Brightness level in candela. Number 5. Sound intensity level in decibels relative to the threshold of hearing.
Sample. A sample of a population is a subset of that population. It can be a set consisting of only one value, reading, or measurement singled out from a population, or it can be a subset that identified according to certain characteristics. A single element of a sample is called an event. Example, you want to study political attitudes in young people. Your population is the 300,000 undergraduate students in Indonesia. Because it's not practical to collect data from all of them, you use sample of 300 undergraduate volunteers from 3 universities. When a sample consists of the whole population, it is called a census. When a sample consists of a subset of a population whose elements are chosen at random, it is called a random sample.
I now like to move on to the next part, types of statistics.
Descriptive statistic. Descriptive statistics are numbers that are used to summarize and describe data. The word data refers to the information that has been collected from an experiment, a survey, and historical record. In the descriptive statistic, there are average or mean. The average is a very frequently used measure of concentration. Profit of calculating the average is that the number can be used as an illustration or representative of the observed data. The formula for the average or mean is x equal x1 plus x2 plus etc. until xn divided by n. Example, if the height of 5 people are 142 centimeters, 150 centimeters, 149 centimeters, 156 centimeters, and 153 centimeters.
Second, median. Median is the middle number in a sorted list of numbers. To determine the median value in a sequence of numbers, the number must first be sorted or arranged in value order from lowest to highest or highest to lowest. If there is an even amount of numbers in the list, the middle pair must be determined, add together, and divided by 2 to find the median value. Example, in dataset of 3, 13, 2, 34, 11, 17, 27, and 47, the sorted order becomes 2, 3, 11, 13, 17, 27, 34, and 47. The median is the average of the two numbers in the middle, which in this case is 15, from 13 plus 17 to 2 equal 15. If there is an odd amount of numbers, the median value is the number that is in the middle, with the same amount of numbers below and above. Example, in dataset of 3, 13, 2, 34, 11, 26, and 47. The sorted order becomes 2, 3, 11, 13, 2, 26, 34, and 47. The median is the number in the middle is 13, which in this instance is 13 since there are 3 numbers on either side. Third, mode. Mode is an explanation of a group of data by using a value that often appears in the data group. If a data group has more than one data value that often appears, then the data has more than one mode. A group of data that has 2 modes is called bimodal. Example, in the given set of data 2, 4, 5, 5, 6, and 7, the mode of the data set is 5, since it has appeared in the set twice. 2. The mode of set A 2, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, and 5 is 2 and 5 because both 2 and 5 is repeated 3 times in the given set.
Measuring spread. 1. Rank. The first measure of variability that we discuss is the simplest. The rank of a data is the number are defined by the formula R equal R maximum minus R minimum, where X maximum is the longest measurement in the data set and X minimum is the smallest. 2. Variance. Denoted as superscript to R sigma squared is a measure of the spread of the data, measuring the average square of the distance of all observation points from the mean. In probability theory and statistics, the variance or the variance of a random variable or probability distribution is a measure of how far a set of number is spread out. A zero variance indicates that all values are equal. The variance is always non-negative. A low variance indicates that the points are split very close to the mean between each other, while a high variance indicates that the data points are highly spread out around the mean and from each other. By the formula variance you can see in the PPT.
Next is the standard deviation. The square root of the variance is called the standard deviation, usually denoted by S. It is often abbreviated to SD. Standard deviation formula, as you can see beside me. In this formula, S is the standard deviation, X is the value in the data distribution, X bar is the sample mean, and its total number of observations. Steps to calculate standard deviation. First, find the mean, which is the arithmetic mean of the observation. Second, find the squared differences from the mean. Third, find the average of the squared differences. Fourth, find the square root of variance. The second type of statistic is statistical inference. Statistical inference is the process of analyzing the result and making conclusions from data subject to random variation. Hypothesis testing and confidence intervals are the application of the statistical inference. Statistical inference focuses in the analysis and interpretation of the realization of the random variable in order to draw conclusions about the probability law under study. Thank you for your attention. It was a pleasure being here today and sharing our knowledge with you.